Game Beard.
Let's build the EMP weapon for your crab loader for Junk Runners Skirmish. Here you can see a complete model inspired by the Godzilla maser gun. You know, has that big radar dish thing. It's fun. So let's look at the parts. You're going to print the parts on cardstock, and then you're going to cut them all out. I have a few extra parts over here, but you're going to cut them all out and prep them. Let's start with the easy part. Let's start with the plate that's going to attach to the back of your loader. So there's a couple folds to do. If you've seen the other videos, you know how these are going to fold. So I'm just going to fold them. And I'm going to glue that piece in place. I'm going to use another ruler to kind of hold it in place. Okay. Any trimming? A little. Usually there's a little bit of trimming. I could trim this part. Okay. I have some tabs that I need to fold down, gray tabs. These will snugly fit into the back of your loader chassis, and you can swap out your weapons. Here you can see the completed part. There's a new yellow center point for your model, but that's it. That's the weapon plate, or the plate. So I'm going to put that aside. That's not so difficult to do. Let's build some other parts. We have some supports. Well, here's a finished one. I finished. So that's going to hold your radar dish to the front piece. There's 3 of these. I've already built 2 of them. I'll build one to show you. It's basically 2 strips. I'm going to cut it in half and then just glue them together. All right. I'm going to add some white glue. Okay. There's a little bit of white trim I could trim off. And I'm going to fold on that line and that line. Okay, well, there it is. You'll build 3 of these. Not so bad. I'm going to move them off to the side. Next, we shall build Let's build the easy stuff. We have an arm. Again, I'm just going to cut that in half and glue it together. I didn't glue that in half very well, or cut it in half. I'll just have to trim it. It's okay. You know, this was meant originally to fold over, like not to be cut apart, but it leaves a terrible, you know, here I'm gonna move this down. It leaves a terrible white paper like crease, like a stress crease. It's not good. I'd rather just, it's just easier to cut it in half and glue it over. So here I definitely have some white. I'm just going to trim it off. Okay. Now, you'll notice that there's a round circle here. I definitely want to very carefully trim away those corners so that it's just rounded. I'm going to use my smaller scissors for this. You know, you want to be a little more careful about this one, this cut. There. So not bad. So I'm just going to place that aside for later. So that's another piece. Let's see, what's next? We have some boxes. Let's make the dish. Let's leave those boxes for last. So I have the main, I got two dishes. Here's the main dish. And notice how I didn't completely cut these out. I cut them to the whatever, to the edges of the circle, and I left this fold line. I'm actually gonna fold on this and glue it, and then trim the white circle away. So let's do that. So I'm gonna fold this piece. Okay. And then I want to try to, you know, match it as best I can. Let's see. Not bad. Okay, I'm going to add some glue, so I'm really going to glue this thing down. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to smear it around. Okay, and then I'm going to glue. I'm going to really add some, I really want this to glue down, so I'm going to use my extra ruler and kind of flatten it and really press it down. I want this to dry for just a bit. So before I cut it out and kind of make it into a cone, kind of a shallow cone, I'm gonna do the other dish. Well, but anyways, here it is. It's glued. Okay, so I got the smaller one too, and it's the same thing. I kept the white around it, but it's touching the corners. I have my fold line, so I'm gonna fold it, glue it, and then cut it out. Okay. I'm going to add some glue. All right. I'm going to use my ruler to help flatten it. All right. So that will be ready to cut out soon. I'm going to have my bigger dish, and I'm going to cut out the white. Using a good scissors, I'm going to carefully try to cut around that circle. Take your time. Okay. So it's going to be this one. How do I know? It's that one on the other side of this little red icon. So I'm going to use my mini scissors here, and I'm just going to trim that. I could use an X-Acto blade to do this, but this is good scissors. Got it. So I trimmed it. So just like that. And then I'm going to, okay, so I'll show you. So I trimmed it here. And now I'm going to add glue in here, and I'm just going to make it into a cone by bending it like that. And then I'm going to glue, this piece over with a lot of glue. And I can still see my nice little red decal there. Okay. So I'm going to add some glue here. Okay. So I'm going to, again, I'm just going to fold that over. You want to fold it a little bit beyond that black line. You don't want to see that black line. And then I'm just going to pinch it and really hold it. Okay, so there's my shallow cone. Not bad. Let's see, where's the finished one? This little icon is going to point down, so it'll be like, so this is the top. If it matters to you, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. Let's do this guy. This little dish, he will remain flat, but I still need to trim away this excess white, and I need to cut away that center. So I'm going to use my mini scissors for this. I'm going to carefully cut around. I want this to be nice and round. Okay. Okay. Not bad. Looks like there's a little bit of white I can trim on this side. Just a hair. Okay. Now the question is, how do I get rid of that center? Well, that just happens to be the same size as a hole punch. So I'm going to just use a hole punch. If you don't have a hole punch, Buy one. If you don't have if you don't want to buy one, then just paint it. Maybe an X-Acto blade. It won't look good with an X-Acto blade. There, so I'm just gonna punch it out. Oh, it wasn't perfect. Ooh, I didn't get it perfectly in there. Oh, but it's fine. Yeah. So hole punch, just a regular hole punch. If you don't have one at home, maybe have one at the office or at school. Yeah. Trim that a little better. That's pretty good. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to apply. This will be, you know, supported by those 3 support beams that we made. So let's see, we have those parts and we have these support beams. Or whatever. Brackets. Okay, let me look at my finished one. Alright. Well, so here's how we're going to do it. There's a longer tab that is going to hook onto the back. And there's going to be 3 of these, right? So I'm going to add some glue right here. Okay. And where does this go? This goes on the top. So where's the top? The top of the back. There's a little red decal there. That's the bottom. So the top is going to be right here. And I'm just going to glue that on. You want this to be able to push down. I'm just going to hold it. You know, if it's not perfectly centered, it's going to be fine. There. I'm going to pinch it. I'm pinching it. Okay. Where do these go? These are going to go, let's see, there is a little bolt here. In my finished one, I cover up all the bolts. You could. There's like a tiny little bolt there. Oh. Yeah, I mean, you could cover up that bolt, or if you're squeamish like me, you could maybe move it off, like slightly off. But it's fine. I'm going to attach it to where that bolt is. So I put some glue there. So this is, you know, here. Again, it's the long tab. Like that. All right. I don't know what degrees that is. I guess that's 90, right? Or like that's 90. So what's this? 110? I don't know. Maybe. Doesn't matter. I know some of you think that way, and I'm glad you're playing my game. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it there you go, Dave, that's actually 115 degrees. Okay. I'm an artist. Okay, so here you can see, right? I should have, okay, I covered up the little bolts. There's like tiny little bolts there. This one doesn't. I could have moved that over to cover that bolt, but oh well. Oop, I didn't pinch it down. Let's see. Does that look good? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to pinch it. This gives a nice little three-dimensionality. It's kind of old school sci-fi, but it's fun. That's my reasoning behind it. And it looks like a mazer from Godzilla. Remember that? You're like, what? What's that? Okay, so here's the front, right? And these pieces are going to come together like a triangulate or a triangle, and then that's where I'm going to glue my my circle, my front disc. So I'm just going to add, and let's see, I'm just going to add glue. I'm going to add glue to the this top one first. So I'm going to add, that is the top, I think. Let me find out. Yeah, it's my top one. So I'm going to try to position it so that, let's see, I'm going to try to find the best look. That feels pretty good. And then I'm going to just pinch it. Yeah. So I'm pinching it. Pinch it. Okay, and then I guess I'll just do one at a time. It's difficult to do all three of these. So I'll do this one. So let's see, this is going to come down. I want this to be kind of centered. I can't really see. Let's see, that feels good. Okay, I'm going to hold it. That's number 2. Okay, I got my third one. Glue. That might have been too much glue. Position it under and pinch it. I want to see if that's, oh, my hand is in the way. I'm going to pinch it. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to hold this. All right. Okay. So this piece is this is the front of the EMP gun. There's going to be a support arm for it and stuff like that we will attach, but for now this looks pretty good. So I'm going to put it off to the side. Next we want to make, there's a hinge that goes to our support. It's a tiny, let's make that hinge. So here it is, this thing's tiny. Okay. I need to fold it right down the middle, but I'm going to cut it in half and glue it. But when I glue it, let's see here, let me point to it. I only want to glue this bottom part. There's like a circle, and then there's this piece. These pieces will open up. So I'm only going to glue down here. Let's see. I'm gonna fold this first. I'm gonna fold it right on this line, then I'm gonna cut it in half, then I'm gonna glue these two pieces together. So I'm gonna fold that first. Kind of folded that the wrong way. It's supposed to fold out. Okay, well, I'm gonna cut it in half. Okay, and then just going to glue on that smaller tab. Try to line it up. Looks pretty good. Pinch it. Oh, and these are going to open up like that. Is that blurry? Okay. Now, I want to trim, it's hard to see, but there are corners. I want to trim off the corners. You know, I'm going to trim them and then I'll show you. On the panels that flare out, I'm just going to trim those. And I believe, it's probably not going to really notice that much, but you can actually trim, there's a circle back here, and I'm not going to follow the circle, but I am going to trim corners. So it kind of has, so I'll show you. There. So I trimmed the top and the bottom. Of course these pieces open up. Let's see if we can do it. That is going to attach to the back of that cone for the gun and to the arm. This part will attach to the arm, but we'll come back to that soon. Let's build... Actually, no, let's glue this into position on the back of the cone. So it's going to be like this. When I glue it. It's the arm I want to position later. So yeah. So I want to use a decent amount of, let's see, you want to find the best. Yeah, I think it'll look better over here. Bunch of glue in the center. Always wipe away the glue. Okay, and I'm going to try to center that as best I can and really pinch and hold that down. Let's see, no, I'm gonna turn, oh, I can't really turn it. Maybe a little. Okay, now I'm ready to put this aside. Depending on the angle of my arm, I will be gluing it. So, I mean, it could be like that, it could be low, it could be like real high, right, or medium. So that's how that will work. Okay, so now I'm going to put that aside. So let's build the box. Let's start easy first. So this is going to build a rectangular box. Got some folds, some you know, basic, straightforward folds, but let's do it. I'm going to position it here. Fold these. Okay. Kind of fold this. Okay. Okay. I'm going to test fit it. It just folds in, kind of simple. Yeah, so this I am definitely going to try to just glue it all together at the same time. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to glue to these, T for tab, I have T's here, T for tab. The other ones don't have T's, they have numbers. And you might be thinking, why? I don't know. Maybe at one point I was just going to always do T's, and then I decided no, numbers are better. This one has T's. When you add glue to these tabs, make sure you add it right on the edge. That's where it's going to connect the most. Of course, you're going to kind of blend it onto the rest of the tab. Okay, so I'm going to try to glue this thing all at once. Got some glue on my fingers. Ooh. Oh, I want to pull this up a little. Okay. Okay, here's my box. It's just a box. It says flash here, so that's, you know, this will be the top, so you can read the word flash. This will just go on the side of the main body. Just gives it some shape. Pretty rudimentary, but it looks kind of like an old film projector. Did I intend to do that? Maybe. But it looks like one. Okay, anyways, I'm going to put that piece to the side. We have another small box. But something curious about this is, believe it or not, we do not fold on this line. This actually, the box will connect to this, but this piece will glue on top of the main body of the gun. So we don't fold that line. So I'll show you in my folds what I mean by that. I'm going to fold it. Again, it says T for tab. It also says, this model says T for tab. Okay. I kind of like the numbers. I think it was it my sniper? I like the numbers. It kind of helped. Okay, so here, I'm only going to fold here. Okay. We'll do it. So the rest is just going to be like a box. Okay, let me test fit it. Oh. No, I did want to do that. Okay, so let's test fit it. It's going to go like this. Oh yeah, this one's going to work a lot better. Okay, so it will... See that blurry thing? So it has that, you know, roof or whatever. Okay, this should work. I'm gonna add glue to all my tabs. Okay. I'm gonna fold it in. I'm gonna check. Yeah, it looks. I'm gonna hold it down on the table to help me, yeah, try to make it more square. Okay, here's my piece. I have a little bit of white on the back. Kind of missed that. I'll have to either paint that. I could have tried to refold it. I'm just gonna paint it. Oops. But it is on the back, luckily. So that'll be my piece. Okay, I'm going to put that off to the side. Now it's time for the more difficult shape, but it's definitely not as bad as the autocannon or the sniper rifle. So if you've already made those, this won't be so bad. I have a bunch of tabs to fold. Let's look at this. Okay, so the shape, so there's going to be there's this tab here, it's going to fold, well, that's a panel, and then the tab. A little triangle one, that will connect into that. Here's the shape. I don't know what kind of shape that is. Oh, this will be the top. You can see the new yellow center point, the bottom, and then that's the back. It'll kind of flip over. Anyways, I got all these tabs and things to fold over, so let's fold them and then we'll look at it. Now I need these other strange tabs that are at angles. Oh, I can't even see that one yet. Let me see if I can fold this one out of the way. Might as well fold this one while I'm at it. Yeah. So now maybe, okay, I'm going to fold this little triangle. Oh wait, the triangle, yeah. Triangle is attached to this thing. Ooh. Close. Okay. You're welcome for the itty bitty triangle tabs. It's fun. It's good for your brain. Okay, let me see if I can get a good fold on this diagonal here. I think I got it. Okay. Yeah. Now I have to do it over here. Let's see, this one it doesn't have as much stuff in the way. Fold that tab. And I think it's right here. Yeah, did I not fold this thing? Okay. I'm laughing at all these tabs I have to fold. I guess I already did that one. Oh, and I did this one too. Did I fold it this way? I don't think so. Oh, maybe. Okay. Well, let's see how this thing is going to fold. Okay, so here are my... Look at that mess. Well, you know, this is going to come in at an angle. This thing's going to wrap around in there. This thing's going to come in at an angle too. And then this is going to go up. Something like that. Well, what's first? I do not like these triangle tabs. I want to glue these to that. If I'm going to glue those to that, I can glue it and pinch it like so. But if I'm going to do that, I should also kind of glue this one into position too. So let's start. So I guess we're starting, oh, that's the bottom actually. That's not even the top. Well, let's do it. I'm going to start with this triangle tab. Oh, that was nice. I got some glue on me. Okay. So I have to pinch it on the inside. Try to line it up there. So I'm pinching that. That might take a little bit. I want to add glue to this part. I got too much glue. Let's go with it though. So then this piece is going to come in. Oh, I can't really get a good pinch. So I'm going to kind of hold it, and I'm going to use a stick to really just kind of pinch it for me. I can't fit my finger in there. Pretty good. Okay, I have this triangle tab that's going to glue into that. Yeah, I want that taken care of. Tiny little tab. Not sure if I can pinch it. I might have to use my tool. Let's go underneath. Come on, you can do it. Okay. Oh, I might be able to pinch it. Let's try. I think I got it. Should probably do this one first before you do the other vehicles, or not the other vehicles, the other guns. So I mean, this is tricky, but this ain't as bad. You're not rolling barrels. Okay, so I got that. I definitely want to do. Oh, okay. So this one, this is going to kind of fold in. It's going to attach here and up here. So I want to add glue to both of these. I got to do them both at the same time. Hopefully this shall work. Yeah. I'm gonna wow, I can't get my, okay. So I'm having a hard time getting my finger in there, so I'm gonna use my tool to press that tab. Wow. Yeah. You could use the back end of a brush. You could use a file, like a metal file. Anything to, this is nice. Wow. Yeah, I really got to get it in there. Let's see, I'm going to put my finger back here and really just push in on that so that it glues. And then I'm also going to press on that. The side, there was a side tab that you probably can't see right now, but I'm pressing in on that too. Okay. I think I got it. Oh, this tab needs to go underneath that. I should have positioned that. Well, let's see if I can get it in there without messing up what I already got. A little bit of extra glue on that side. Hoping I can just poke it in there. There. Push that in. Definitely need to use my little tool for this part. I want that little tab to be, although, yeah, I'm going all in. Oh no, I don't want to do that yet. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna glue the other one in. I have to press against it with this. Oh man. It's hard to tell if this is working. No, I don't think it is. I got a lot of white there. Let's see if I can press it in a little better. Yeah, that's okay. Wow. I can't give you a good view. It's all right. So now I want to add glue to all of these tabs and then lower this flap as best I can. So I got some tabs in here. I want to get it on the inside, right on that line. I could wipe it away. Definitely down here. Oh, this is going to be the top. This is it's hard to see. This is the top because it has that new center point. So that's the top. So I guess the side is folding up. Okay, let's see what I can do here. Push that in a little. Push that down a little. Okay, try to match them up. You want to match up the top where that yellow circle is. Ooh, that's kind of working. That's kind of working pretty good considering there are so many. Okay, and so I'm gluing them all at once and I'm trying to push in. I don't want to see that white. I'm trying to push in these sides and then hold it down. You have to use every finger to do so. Okay, here's my piece. Looks like an old film projector. Now, I do have some white on this back edge. This will be low. I can always paint it, but it'll kind of look like this. So not bad. Here's the top. Let's start by gluing some of the new parts. There's a nice big box here, and that is where this piece goes. It's just going to glue on just like that. It says flash, so this will be on top. You want to be able to read it. I'm just going to add some glue right here. You want to make sure that it glues, it can slide on that glue. So you want to hold it straight and flat. It's still drying, but it's mostly glued. So we got that piece on. The next piece we want to glue on is, it's all going to be out of focus, is this piece. This is going to just go right, there's a little box here. I'm just going to go on like that. And then that little top piece is going to glue on too. That's our main, that's where our support arm is going to attach. So I'm going to add some glue. I'm going to add some glue to this box and into the crease and the top flap or panel or whatever it would be. And then I am going to glue it. Again, there's like a, I don't know, I can't move my hand. There's a box there. I'm just going to glue it on. I don't even know if that's in focus. My fingers are in the way. So this is going to be like, there's a box right here. I want this to hold in pretty good. Looks nice. I like those stripes. Some stuff I gotta paint. I see some white edges. Luckily they're on the bottom. I'll add some paint. Boy, that's really sticking out. That's okay. Okay. So this piece is, so that's the main body. Okay. It's still drying though, but what I need to do is I will glue this arm to this box, and depending on how the angle of this arm, that's the angle of, oh whatever, how high the little dish assembly is going to go. Sometimes I do them kind of low. Here, we can test it. Like I could do it low. So if you're making a bunch of these, I mean, you can have some, you know, in the low position, like they haven't fired yet, or some are, you know, higher, like they're trying to gain advantage. Or I mean, you could even do like this. This looks like an artillery, even though it's not really an artillery. It does have an EMP blast, but, or you can just do it like this. I mean, this is typical. So this is typical. This is what, I mean, here, let me show you. I'm going to do something untypical because I have so many typical versions of these. I'll show you my typical one when I'm done. Let's see. I'm going to do an artillery version. I'm going to go like this. I'll do that. So I'm just going to glue this thing on high. That is a nice thing about these arms and parts, these guns, weapons, is you can get a little bit of variety on how you glue them. But I'm going to glue it to the plate. I'm going to move that so it doesn't focus just on that. Okay, so we have the yellow center point on the plate. I have the yellow center point on the top of the body. You know, I want to kind of position that so it's very similar or directly on top. You know, that's your goal. It may not be perfectly on top, that's okay, but your goal is to try to be aware of it. I can't even see my dot now. That's pretty funny. So it's going to be like this. And I'm gonna pinch it. I'm going to hold it down. Again, this arm is raised pretty high. It's not normally raised that high. This is unusual. I'm doing something unusual because I've already built a bunch of typical ones. I'm going to build this one like an artillery position, even though it's not necessarily artillery. Now, this tab is going to glue on the inside, like that. So first, okay, I guess I'll turn it around. Here's the top. So I'm going to add glue here, and I will. Okay. And then I'm going to pinch it and hope it's glued enough, the arm down, so that it doesn't fall apart. So I'm going to put it like kind of like an artillery. Or it's trying to hit an AI. The AI, they fly. Actually, that's more appropriate. You know, the AI fly high above the buildings and stuff like that. So this would be targeting an AI. And in some scenarios, your EMP cannon can slow down a wounded AI. Here's the typical, you know, it's targeting groups of loaders. I could lower that arm so it's like maybe in a resting position before like an attack, but that is it. Oh, and then the tabs, you've probably seen this on the other videos, but you're going to, I will tell it here in case this is your first video. On your loader chassis, you are going to very carefully there's the plate here, and so on the edge you're going to use your X-Acto blade and cut a line there, and that is where the tabs of your plate will sink in. And that's kind of nice because you can swap out different weapons like an autocannon or a sniper or a missile pod or anything else that comes in the future. So, but that's it. That is our EMP gun. Make a couple of them and have a great time playing the game.